Asaka, which is like our recent addition, you would begin to realize that there is always songs. About 3 years ago, I worked on a writing camp, after the seminar we had with Candy Beat. After the whole session, we had about 5 songs. After sending it to the team for review, we ended up settling for 3 songs. Why? Because they weren't just listening to what the artists were singing. When I send your song to an A&R executive, someone above my pay grade, what they will do is that there is a platform called Chatmetric. It's a data and analysis platform. They will go look you up. In fact, everything you do from Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram, everything you do, there is an algorithm that maps your activity. Just don't forget. It's going to show whether you are an upcoming artist, whether you are mainstream, whether your social media engagement is moderate, whether it is worse, and it is going to, recommend means for us to, implement your page for it to be more presentable. However, these artists that treat their music as passion projects end up forgetting that it's a long-term game. Most of the artists in here want to be number one so bad. But let me tell you the truth. To make it onto Apple Music's number one on top 100, you need not less than 20. He was one of the very, vocal people,
the front runner.
Mind you, Asaka boys, as we know them, and I work with Asaka boys now, so I am trying to give inside knowledge. Asaka boys, as we know now, never had an idea for a PR person. You see what MC Portfolio was doing online? Someone shaping the narrative. Like, yo, the Accra people are trying to, water this Asaka thing down. Why? Look at what we did to Black Sherif. You remember Sad Boys in the House? Okay, when they are bounced. That video that came to trend during COVID. It was supposed to be a troll. But around that time, Asaka had already, planted the seeds in the minds of people to not only look out for newer sounds, but also readjust to the content they want to connect with. As it stands now, through the emergence of Asaka, there has been over 30 new acts, locally and overseas, to the extent that even Ghanaians living abroad are tapping into their Ghana madness. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if this is not seen as a venture where, and you me boy, and I'm the school fees, my rent, my health insurance, because it's literally like waking up and going to your 9 to 5. As a musician, as a producer, as a video director, as a creative director, as a copywriter, as a blogger, as a vlogger, anything you do in contribution now, you might meet it tomorrow. Most artists set in terms. For instance, when you are in a studio with Kendi, I'm using Kendi because the pedigree of a producer Kendi has experience. He has knowledge on certain things an artist may or may not have. So if Kendi tells you, okay, I feel like this song needs a Kempaluta verse, maybe it's right. I feel like this song needs live instrumentation. He might be right. But there are times where artists walk into the studio and, just as you said, mere hearsay, and they're failing to learn. Whenever I meet artists, the interest is through the roof. Hey, boss, you're kind of a fact. You are speaking fact. Even with the managers, they say the same thing. And I like the fact that, you stated clearly, there are some people who are called managers. I feel like the criteria for choosing managers here in Ghana should change. Or you're downfall, or you're bra, or you're unia, or you're senior man. He doesn't qualify to be a manager. When somebody is managing you as a talent, it's not just about a nyumna obonenkwa. It's about the business structures and the strategies we tend to implement to make your brand successful. I'm going to be very honest with you. Without radio, some artists or certain artists will be handicapped. Without TikTok now, certain artists would be handicapped. Without the right producers, certain artists will be handicapped. But how do you bring all these things into one pool and then select them according to your strengths? So now we have a problem of artists seeing everything and liking everything and not knowing how to go about achieving it. Why? Because we fail to understand that most of the various things we see online or out there are procedural, like it takes time. I have a very long-standing relationship with MC Portfolio, and it might cut me the slack of having to pay him X amount of CDs when I'm trying to pitch an artist to him. But maybe if your manager reaches out to him and he listens to him, the first two lines, he be crying, come on yet. So I'm on budget, I'm on the rate card. And went to me and said, I can't crash, your artist might be very talented, your song might be so good. And let me correct this. Most artists or management like to say this a lot. Oh, today you don't want to help the artist. Oh, you go blow, we go see, we go meet at the top. Of course, I want you to meet me at the top. That's why I'm not trying to also sell for you for free.
So it all comes together as being part of the business.
Business, Nini, and say, but the need you woman, artist, you are uploading a song, and we will get to that. You are uploading a song, and your metadata is incorrect. And when I say metadata, it's the details on whoever contributed in making the song. What uploading you know the udin your man aka Bone Shaker. But then your producer, Nidini. How do you want that producer to get paid? Because whenever we are saying, oh, and our artists we have for producer we CKD, and yes, our first Canadian now so they failed to key in the right data. There was a similar case last year. The case got thrown out of court. So two producers worked on Tyler's Water. Make me sway. You see that song?
Yeah.
Good. Two of the producers on that song are from Ghana. Yes. One of them chose to take an upfront. And as Ghana man as he is, all Jisicano, zeros nefe, same contract ni muntre. So he took the money, signed the contract, the song came out, went on to become very successful, went on to win a Grammy, and then he began to realize that, I wasn't credited. Even with him, or none of man is canupo, none say uncredited. Meanwhile, his documents were saying, yo, Charlie, whenever you look through the document, he's only arguing from the fact that they told him they'll be paying him quarterly with the royalties for I think 5 years. But then he took an upfront of $150,000 and $150,000 ABR may kind dollars in it sounded very normal. $100,000 is the equivalent of 1 million Ghana cedis, which is 10 billion. It's Ghana 15 billion. Atuni Goto, one share contract, went ahead, released the song. The song won a Grammy. Now the Grammy acknowledgement, abono. The Grammy recognition, abono. At the same time, he has sold himself short. And only yet the onumpo wajisikano. So how much more you, the guys here, who goes to the studio and you are like, oh, Charlie Candy, so what changes from giving Candy 50% of your song? Because the music business says producers or composers own 50% of the composition, period. It's a basic rule. I am read that honor. Like any music lawyer or any learned person in this music business will tell you, the artist on the song is called a performer. That is why when they are signing an artist to a label, we sign you and your pseudonym. Your pseudonym is your stage name. Your friend is Frempong, yes. But then my pseudonym is MC Burniton. MC Burniton will be taking performance royalties from the DSPs, and then Amo Frempong will be taking publishing or composition, like compositional royalties from the publishing side, because that shows that I own that composition. Most artists don't own their compositions. Internal call writers credits. Now your writers bear 6. Na artists na nkasa na ɛwɔ hɔ no. These things need to be well spelled out to these artists, because you can't just walk into a place and choose to do things your way because you don't know. Ignorance of the law is never a plea.
True. So what I'm thinking, if we are to expatiate on all of the things we need to know about the music business, it actually involves a lot, which we can't exhaust here. But basically, since we are here and we are part of this very conversation, we are creating an opportunity for individuals to also reach out and create that connect with you. So I beg of you, of everything that we are saying, again, I reiterate that you take note, and for everything explanation that you also would need to, you just come back for that very explanation. I think after the conversation, we'll also open the floor for other individuals to ask the question and get clarity on all of the things. Now, for what Benetton has said, he has actually spoken about the finances of certain artists. Now, it brings me to this very, very question. I want to find out. Artists are releasing songs on the DSPs all of the time, but they are still struggling financially. What are they losing out on the business aspect of it, Mr. Bones?
Okay, so there is a bit of an element of some not knowing actually how they could make money off their intellectual property. Now, musicians need to move beyond just streaming. Let me say this. Now, the typical Ghanaian artists want to have streaming numbers, and that has become the new normal. That as a creative, like you need to go viral. As a creative, like you need to have that thing. It's good because in the orange economy, virality has become something that most of us are chasing. But in real lifetime situation, it's not only about the views, but it's about understanding beyond the views. Now, creating money beyond the streams is very essential, and it depends on what you do before you went viral. In the past, everybody was preaching about seeking or getting the attention. That is where we go into the views, we go into the likes. That was the attention economy. Now, when it comes to the creators economy and the attention economy, actually move from the attention economy to the intention economy. Now, with the intention economy, it's no longer just about more numbers, more views, but it's about action. So now, after going viral, or maybe I have this video which went viral, and a friend of mine posted it. We came to the Kumasi City Mall here. We went to one of the shops around, and there was this product that they've tagged the price 1.99 pound, and they've written RRP at the top. So when my friend actually saw it, and we're like, "Hey, kind of food don't bunny power. I did 1.199 and modeje 49.99." I'm so David change. So he picked his phone, and I said something funny that went viral. Now, what I said was that the 199 there, I don't know what RRP means, that rest in peace. And the price down there, which is the Ghanaian price, is for people who are living. And he said, "What who are? Yeah, the amount 199. What's your city? I bet you are 499." Now he posted the video, and he woke up the next morning, and the video is everywhere. Now the big question is, the video went viral not because it is of importance, but it is what is engaging. And there is what is happening in the space that we call the polarization and the echo chambers. This is one of the things that is affecting society now, or is one of the societal, should I say, negative strikes that we are getting from social media. It's not about what is essential, but it's about what is engaging. So when you get to that chamber, you can see that those things that are viral now are not because they are the good materials that we've gotten in the system. viral stuffs are not necessarily the good materials that we've gotten in the system, but they are viral. Now, how do you move beyond just the views and make business out of this? Now, in the music business, you can't just have one sector working for you, but you must embrace every aspect of the music business. And one of them is one. There are events where artists make money. And somebody said that Minyam Bloye made them making money. Before you put out a song out there, make sure you've done all the needful by registering your material, right institutions or the right quarters. Before the song go viral, your money is actually going down the drain because the song is not registered. So most artists are thinking about, oh, it's a man go viral. It's not about you going viral. There are artists who are not going viral, but they are making money because they are doing the right things. There are others who have gone viral, but they are not making money. Sometimes it's about you being intentional about what you do and thinking that you are a business. Say doesn't mean that you don't register your business. If you want to operate as a business owner, whether you are thinking of making profit or not, time I view digital labor. My brother, time I register business. No one yes business. So he registered the business before thinking about making money, so that when somebody wants to pay you, he knows the right ways or the means to pay you, and you may have a name to the brand. So as a creative, the business is not just about you thinking that I should be that big before I make money, but you need to make sure you position yourself in the business world and understand that these are the traits. And let me share this thing quickly, then I'll let my brother Benetton actually take it on. Now, there is sync licensing, which is one of the things that artists makes money from. And you go like sync licensing there, there are some songs that are used for sync purposes that are not even popular. It's created intentionally, and they went in for that bidding and they won. That's why some of the songs are over 10 or to say be a calf and they are not the popular songs that you know, but somebody knows that no, the possibility of the world requesting for a song that will unite us through football is very high in the next 2 years. So let me create something intentionally and pitch it.
An example is the Kweku Flick Black Star song.
And pitch that song. So you may not have been contacted directly, but your team, knowing very well that they know more beyond you, would actually tell you, come about me kai time come about a new way y'all talking Pogodalenten Sikabefi. You could actually tell that most of the dirty works that were done about the song was from Kwame Bam, my brother here. And how was he able to do that? Now, it gets to a point, somebody who has, a futuristic mindset will look at a project and predict that, no, let's leave it from this to this time, because this is the right time to do ABC. And you as a creator, you think that the moment the song has actually about chimney there, you fans and say fabra. But strategically, you've not positioned the record so that you can make money out of it. Now, the next thing that I want to touch about is the direct to fans monetization. Artists, beyond the stream, you can make money. And now, I was asking the other time, how many streamings would give a Ghanaian artist Ghana for streaming in your power or audio mark near you, and how come Bambakas is zero? Because numbers in the theatrics in kakra, and that Krabi was streaming farms. And my brother spoke about the last time on TV, and who were our team. Now the numbers, is it real as you see them, or you are moving beyond just the numbers to an audience where you can monetize? Who audience about maybe 10,000, and now 5,000. Now you know, say where they are listening to you from. It's okay, maybe the UK's. That is where your investments need to go. That is why we are in data-driven economy. Don't just release money because you think you are releasing money to somebody to do you a favor. Every cent must bring results. So as a creative, you don't just push what you know people may not accept it into a target market you know that is not yours. Sometimes you need collaboration to tap into that market, not you being there. And how do you actually get into markets that are not your home ground? That is how you collaborate. So a typical collaboration like Rema and Selena Gomez. A strategic collaboration because Rema's audience is not that of Selena Gomez. Now, Selena Gomez has all the numbers in the world when it comes to the top 5 most followed creatives in the world. Selena Gomez will actually make that number as well. So, with all these numbers, why don't we intentionally, the intentionality is key, position the sound of Africa into that greater market? Now, they cannot jump to our sound if they don't feel connected. So, the connection was built through Selena Gomez. And now, that song is the most streamed Afrobeat song, aside that of that song by CK and Kwame Eugene, Love One Tintin. So it is the intentionality. So as a creative, don't look too far for the money. The money is around you, but as you evolve, it becomes bigger. Start small. There are sometimes you need to hire the services of experts, but maybe you don't have the strength to push in there. You can actually outsource some of the services, and others too. You can build the solid team around you, the young individuals. I know Farouk was just a videographer to Black Sharif now. Now he is a force to reckon when it comes to videography. He's behind all the creative works of Black Hole, and he is growing with a growing brand. So sometimes you should start with the people around you, because you don't have enough to pay for the services of experts entirely. But when you see these wisdom in the guys around you, and you think you can save money to promote your works in other facets, do it than to spend money on artists biba ahono obano artists no onihwe ope bibia free. But artists no but artists na urban ono ba won chen no or the guest therefore ne dinachi.
Superstar attitude.
Superstar na superstar ewo mem. I am not against the fact that maybe that is how you want your brand to be seen, but it's about you being treading cautiously. Sometimes the brand that you are building, who needs sika, who wastes sika no baby and who here, who needs sika so to chain maybe at 10,000 because you want to position yourself as now come back here chain 10,000 than the any talent in any chains in any pabwake see anymore. I am not saying say don't dress well, but be moderate in your expenses because you are not up there. Artists are over obi ehu be mobile be invest wo mu a fa niema ye nyembra o se ohia 4-bedroom apartment, ohia car, ohia mobile phone. Then you look through it and you see that this creative wouldn't get to anywhere because all the things that he's seeking for is not what will propel the talent to the top, but it is what would actually be pleasing to his people. And in that dream, he wants to be on top of his peers, but not on top of the music business ladder. And Kentisa, and he would want to run to Henry and say, Henry, say me person me artists and may stay relevant for the next 10 years. What are some of the things that I need to do? And they will tell him that no, you need to maybe do a forecasting. Let's see your sound. How do we do these projections for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years? Or doing gas or doing phones or doing babaka. So all the investment that will come, whether $100,000 is going into Nempabwa, Nentaria, nothing was invested into the talent that got him that dollars. And that's the mistake. It's not that we don't have money, but it's about investing in the wrong sectors, in the wrong time, and in the end, we cry that we don't have money to do what we are supposed to do as creatives.
Great conversations we are having. In Komani or Diana Wabonsem. Thank you very, very much. Joining us is Bismarck Kwameba, who is an industry professional with expertise in the music business and also development and strategy. Obaye enche, but then I think this is a question I can actually ask you. Now, one of the things we've come to realize that musicians are missing out and not giving so much attention to, but then also lately, it's about publishing. What in simple terms, for a better understanding for everyone over here, when we say publishing, what are we talking about?
Hello. Good morning to everybody here. Port. So there's the third time I'm speaking, fourth time I'm speaking at a program like this in Kumasi. The first two, I did it myself. That is 2019 and 2020. I did it myself, and Portfolio was the MC that time. So it has always been my passion to educate people when it comes to this. This is what actually gave birth to the company I'm working with. So it's that deep for me. So yeah, publishing. So let's say there's two sides of a coin, right? In simple terms, two sides of a coin. Masters, publishing. Masters is the sound recording. Publishing is the lyrics itself and the melody in the song. So when all is put together and you have it on a beat, that is the sound recording. That is the master. So that is the song itself is the master. That is one side of the coin. And the other side, that's the publishing, is what the song entails. Publishing side, is more tailored to the songwriters and the composers. So if you are an artist, you are entitled to both sides of the coin. That is the masters and the publishing. So for publishing, let me break it down again. So for publishing, we have administrators and we have publishers. So we know Ghana here. Let me break it down so you understand it clearly. Ghana here, we have Gamro, right? Gamro is a collecting society. So Gamro more like collects most of the revenue that comes from people playing your songs on TV, parties and all that. And that is the publishing revenue. The money you receive from DistroKid, TuneCore, or any distributor, that is the master's sound recording. And that is the basic one we all know. But the publishing side is what most of us don't know, and that is what is very important, because now we've come to understand that there is more revenue in publishing even than the sound recording, because the sound record, even see Spotify, right, or Apple Music, or most of these DSPs, they will pay for the masters, right, and they will pay mechanical royalties too to the publishers. So if somebody is streaming your song on Spotify or on Apple Music, you are entitled to both sides of the coin. So the publishing is what the song entails, the songwriting, the composition and all that. So publishing, I don't know if can be is it understand? Like, are you guys understanding it?
Yeah.
So, okay, so publishing. We all know the sound recording, you use DistroKid and all that. So, the publishing, if you want to collect your royalties on that side, you can sign up to BMI, which is free to sign up. BMI, you can sign up to ASCAP, you can sign up to PRS, most of them. So basically that's it. Thank you.
Right. So I know for some of the things he said, he's used the terms very well, and you're a bit confusing on that one. I clearly would understand when you don't understand that, because he's more in depth with the music business itself.
Yes, and he's talking music business.
Music business, exactly.
So we artists are now, you know that you don't know what he's talking
exactly. So that is music business for you. But let's also acknowledge the presence of Mr. Safo Kantanka, who is the director of Asante Achim Central GS. Mr. Safo Kantanka, let's clap for him. Thank you, sir, for being available to us well for this very event. We also have Miss Adelaide Bia, they call her Powers, the head mistress for Kumasi Girls. Thank you very much, Mommy, for being a part as well. We also have Mr. Samuel Atta, the culture coordinator for GS. Sir, if you are here, let's see you. Let's see you. I also want to acknowledge the presence of Kendi Beats. Kendi Momu Beats Bibre. Now, I would say he's actually worked on some hit songs as well. That is Kendi Beats for you. Again, I'll be acknowledging every individual when they show up. Now, for those of you who just joined us, this is the Music Summit. That's the first section of this very event that we are doing. So basically, we'll move into the Media Summit as well later on. On the topic, we are discussing the business of music beyond talent, and we are touching music publishing and royalties, artist management, record label structures, and also distribution platform. Mr. Bones, let me come to you. You made mention of no, it was actually that is Benetton, when he made mention of we lately every individual thinks that they are artist managers. Every individual wakes up just because by virtue of a relationship he or she has with an artist, they tend to take that very position as an artist manager. Should every artist have an artist manager?
The answer is no. And to an extent, yes. Because, so for the no, it's just like different human bodies, different prescriptions. You might have a headache, right? But then Letaps, paracetamol, will work for you. I might need Tylenol. Mr. Bones might need Panadol or Advil. We need paracetamol, but then different, dosages of it. That's for the no side. The yes part is because you need your business to be in order. That is why you need a manager. However, most artists barely make it beyond the developmental stages. I'm sure, sir, we don't really pay attention to the essence of developing an artist. Go to Mavens in Nigeria, Don Jazzy's label. They spent 3 years. There's an artist I met there last week in a camp, and that guy has been with them for the last 2 years. You've never heard about this guy. He doesn't have Instagram, like his artistic Instagram. He has his own thing going on. Why? Because they are trying their best to groom him for everything he's, bound to do when it's his time. Your songwriting has to be on point. Your image has to be on point. Even with your sound, it has to be on point. When my brother Kwame was talking earlier, he made mention of knowing all these rights, societies, and all that. But mind you, most artists can't even afford to register for the ones we pay. For instance, he mentioned PRS. PRS for music takes a standard £150 for signing up. It's a one-time fee payment. If I a consultant recommends this to a Ghanaian artist, do you know what the boys come back and tell me? Hey, don't read anybody. Only 500 be now sharing mommy. And I mean, I need you. It's just like going for a driver's license. Look at the process we all went through to register for our Ghana cards. From your biometrics, your residential address, that is what they do. Now, I made mention of when artists are uploading songs, they make shortfalls with the metadata and all that. All these things come back to bite them when it comes to you asserting ownership over the song. Most artists need management to direct their path, especially the ones who are working towards a goal. The ones that don't need management have to go back and rework on themselves, because the criteria for which we look through to pick management here in Ghana is very poor. If you're an artist or you're a creative and you are picking somebody to manage your business, at least you need a bachelor's degree holder, at least someone with in-depth knowledge to understand business, even put on music business, but then they need to understand how systems operate. But in medicine, some chasing music. Respectfully, you need people with background or affiliate knowledge in the field you are trying to bring them in. Because at the end of the day, whatever decisions they make on your behalf, you feel it the most. And most of the label reps here can attest to it. The first person to be invested in is the artist, but the last person to get paid is the artist. Do you understand that analogy? The last person to get paid in this whole music business food chain is the artist. So it's either you are going to see yourself as an artist or a businessman. Sarkodie is a businessman. Although he's going to be paid at the last part as an artist, he's still at the decision-making table. That is what makes him different from your traditional up-and-coming artists or their managers. Some managers don't even know how to command the attention of the people they are engaging. Managing finances, managing relationships. I want to send a song onto the platforms. Kwame will tell you, submit the song at least 4 to 3 weeks to its official release date. At least, 26 days. We record it and now post it to Snapchat. Now boys be throw fire emoji now. Hey boss, you person me dropping in next week. Me catch us someone to me dropping in next week. You call me enemy of progress. Let me tell you why the industry has accustomed all of us to release songs on Fridays. Because on Friday, the world, the whole world, music playlist, it readjusts. Let me just give you an idea again. Every day, on the average, about 250,000 songs are uploaded every hour. Around the world, though, Nipa 1.11 billion, and they will be uploading EP, will be uploading album, will be uploading single. This very moment we are speaking, somebody is also going to the studio for the first time in their life. Somebody is about to drop their biggest song in their career today, right now, this moment. Being intentional, being very calculative. Kwame can tell you, Kwame has tools. That's why I'm going to be citing him more often. Because with distributors, they have analytical algorithms to be able to predict when it is very appropriate to release what song. Dionim no Krenebe Catcher will say the month of April, and I'm saying this here, free knowledge. The month of April, from the 1st to 3rd week, a hot to Ghana, I say. In fact, even from the last Friday of March, very hot. A lot of songs are dropping. Until your artists now dropping within any of these brackets: hip hop, Afro beats, Afro swing, Ghanaian drill, amapiano, whatsoever. If you don't have label funding or distributor support, your song will go unattended to. Especially if you choose to release the song at an unprecedented, moment. Songs need at least 12 days to marinate. I'm saying this because metadata, and I'll keep emphasizing on this, the main reason why we are all here is because we want to make ends meet from our artistic inputs. Now, what is the point of paying for an exclusive beat for 15,000 Ghana cedis and putting it up on the streaming platforms and not making up to $50 after a whole year? Yes, I know managers or investors who are facing a similar thing with their artists. Why? Because they weren't intentional. Some songs, they are good, but ain't mean breaking some barriers. But let me tell you what, as an artist, as a creative, as a musician, as a songwriter, as a producer, look at your catalog just as you look at your Instagram page. You see how frequent you keep posting, how frequent you keep reposting. That is the same thing you should do with your music. Yes, if your sound maybe making sense next 2 months, no, also dropping in January, so that it can grow on the people. There is a cycle of pitching records the moment the next one comes. Look at what R2BC is doing with Over. Look at what Sarkodie is still doing with Adonai. How many of our up and coming talents? We now share any Bibia or catalogs, What's I'm sharing telephone and what dropping? There is something we call on the streaming platforms listener retain or listener average retaining time, right? If I should come to your page, without skips, how long would it take? To be me 2 hours. Go and listen to Sarkodie and the likes. You can go as high as 3 hours, 4 hours of non-stop music. And that is how much work they've put in themselves. Obi 1 month. Go and look at the Michael Jacksons, Fela Kutis and all that. Back in the day, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. We are very lucky. We've shortened the cap time for music listenership because, the listeners are more inclined to the chorus and the beginning side of the song or even the bridge. And all these things are art. If you don't find the right, music directors, right, songwriters, right management people to help position your song, and you're going to find you can drop an Afrobeat song, which is very hot. Spotify or Apple Music might give you a nod. Oh, okay, let's put this guy's song in New Music Friday. Okay, if your music is there, what does it mean? How do we translate your exposure into income? So it takes me back to what Mr. Bones was saying. Artist to fan source of income. Most of the artists in here would take at least the average artist. I mean hard-working artist. When I say the average, a hard-working artist. I made an example way. If you start music and you are very serious, you have at least 24 months. That's 2 years to actually start seeing real money come from your music. Apart from that, forget it. You might be lucky enough to have the likes of YV Digital looking at your back ends for you consistently, making sure you are actually getting whatever you are supposed to earn at the end of the day. But independence for no, it's good to preach independence. But then most of the independent artists here are independent and not learning. And it's a big problem. If you don't know something and you shut up, for those who know to teach you, it's a new moment for you. But if you don't know and you claim to know, and the ones who know shut up to listen you spew your quote and unquote BS, that is where we know that your future is not assured. Your art is born man, actually, the vibe cry, like ne from Accra chese obey super. Baby, another kasanye. You get what I'm saying? Having management comes with a lot of tasks. That's why I'm saying you need people with in-depth knowledge. Unkofa manager, say a real corporate boardroom, ye din komo ye negotiate, ye bageni, utimishia obine ne manager. Na manager ne crass artist saying artist no. How is that possible? At the end of the day, you have to know this. Investing in yourself, investing in your craft still comes back to you. You might have a budget of 5,000 Ghana cedis and it could afford you for just 2 radio stations to consistently play your song for the next 2 months. Stick with it. And once I work 5 radio stations or 10 radio stations, you can't. Let's call a spade a spade. When somebody comes into your circle as an artist, as a creative, and they quote and unquote, "Omo person, omo boawa," don't see it as a free lunch, guys. Yemboa will be in our business. I'm telling you, all the artists here, many of my age, even on pro bono, they owe me a favor, and they will pay back in a way they know or they don't know. Okay, fine, Melvin, please put me on Love FM. It's Melvin, the Auto Love FM, Bonium for the whole month, interviews you, K official puts you on, no Freo Sebra, YFM, Lake events, better for me, free. You will complain? You won't, you can't. Most artists don't see these moments as, monumental moments. On betting you build it, almost step to the next stage. Everybody wants to be handed the opportunity. It doesn't work like that. As managers, now let me come back to managers. They're actually working managers. Please learn. I'm telling you. You have to learn. A human will be rough. And you maybe I see him just last week. And update about. Yes. It keeps evolving. We don't live in a static, industrial space. I have to say, a forward dream brand, nothing will be the bra. That's why always you can either see somebody doing something new or somebody replicating what is already in existence. Managers, please learn. If you don't open your mind, you close your artist off, thinking you are being professional. The way and manner some managers even maintain relationships doesn't assure a brighter future for their artists. If you are not a good timekeeper, you can't be a manager. If you are not somebody that can stick to your word, you can't be a manager. And as a manager, you should have at least a little background knowledge in how legal systems operate. At least in jurisdiction. Ghana now Ghana copyright law. At least also person artist manager. Learn it. Understand what really goes into distributors coming on board and offering you advance for a song and what you should really use that money for. Because Yama artist Visika 1 million Ghana cedis. Wakoji apartments or that buy new site. Last week, Wakoji Honda Civic. Studio set up or Choroka list no set label name Yamano no. Yamano music na Wafa producer bet in and guess what he's doing? Immorality. I'm not saying it's bad. I've been in studios, I've been in camps, I've been in moments where we created the biggest sounds. And you should actually be there to experience it. Some of these songs, we wrote them while we were intoxicated. Yes, that. But at the end of the day, how many people would really understand that you were trying to put out an impactful sound beyond just vibes? Managers, you should be able to stand your word. Don't be a yes man. A lot of managers are like, "I'm artist pen and pay." What about your pay? Artists say ope we are I don't know feel say. What we are doing is artistic, very tangible. Regardless of your spiritual or moral background, I don't care. So me connected with sound now. I'm good with it. Nobody was paying attention to Amapiano when Amapiano was on the rise. But the moment Olololo became a thing, everybody started listening to all the Amapiano sounds. Let me give you a classical example. When Kumerica Wave came up, look at the number of talents. Amrado was already doing musical. But then the Amfaya Adrian Amrado said, he's going to be that guy to actually stand his ground and take this sound to the next level. But most people saw it after he consistently put out a series of sounds. Yet and Sam. Melvin, are you following?
I'm following. Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you with me? All right. So you all remember when Amrado was doing Yet and Sam, right? Good. To a typical Ghanaian artist, a bit corny. And I would do numbers next year, Obebre, as an artist. Because mind you, the 1 million streams you see today started from 100,000 to whatever number you see online. But most people don't look at it as like a procedure. So who say, oh yeah, me drop here or say go viral, and I say, oh, Candy Beats play the beat with a certain kick in there. Until me realize I kick need the shemi the anima. Then that's wrong. KLP, P Prime, Me. There's this guy I also met recently, Tells. These are all big producers in Nigeria. These guys are making awesome money from their music. You don't necessarily have to be on top. And I'm speaking to the producers here. Because our producers tend to be the poorest, but they are supposed to be the richest. Management. It's not only for the artists. You need a clearer understanding of where you want to go, where you are from, and what you want to do. Because most of the artists, and I say creatives in our space, love to form like this. Oh, let me be acceptable for the meantime. But what if we say you are that guy and yet you aren't? Some 5-6 years ago, when I first came into Kumasi, I attended high school here. And after high school, I decided to come back and, see what I can do with my life. I saw OGs like MC Portfolio, MCN. And this is it. Maybe he doesn't even remember. But my first time actually encountering MC Portfolio was with DJ Manucho at Old Ladies. Kweku Flex, first concert. That show had Black Sherif, DJ, Yao Talk, everybody. Come to think of it. Now, for Portfolio at that moment to go like, oh, Charlie, this young lad can't take the mic. Do you know how many people snubbed me before I got to MC Portfolio? In my mind, I never go forget that. Now, through that connection, I got employment at Old Ladies. Look at how everything was engineered. Though. I wished I was working at Old Ladies. There used to be the likes of K Official, DJ Bongo, Kosebo, Mensa Junior, like these guys, they are killing it. Charlie Utusho Nasana, Ukitamai Krana, Obeden, Obemwa. Now if the YFM guys are coming, you have to also the way they are organized, like yo, Charlie, DJ no coder, Ubi Kitani controller, Wabe Setia Pamano, MC, they will Kitamai crowd, Charlie, I chill. Most of our people, and I'm saying this to affect every creative here, you don't even exude that attitude of creativity. Because at the end of the day, Oba and Abia, they are light stage in a torso. Abia, fellow artists, you were supposed to just show respect. You've seen someone Abia Nipani Nimo, but unrecognizable. Bro, stop being corny. One thing that sets Ghanaian creative back is the fact that we are always sort of full of ourselves. A Ghanaian creative will be in a room, and instead of connecting with people, they will be quiet. All right. So,
right. So let's acknowledge the presence of the regional minister in the person of Dr. Amwakwehene. Thank you very, very much.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, most of the Ghanaian creatives love the spotlight, but can't hold up to it. It's just saddening, yeah. It's just saddening how most of the artists or creatives in our space will tend to settle for anything they are given. For instance, why would you sign up with a brand like DistroKid, where you can't communicate with anybody from DistroKid internally to help you correct, rectify, or adjust something with your metadata, or even connect you to opportunities? Whereas connecting with somebody like Kwame Ban of YV Digital, where Kwame will put you on a deal. Now, there is no point in keeping 100% of everything. Music is more treated like an asset. I don't know if you guys are following the news, but Burna Boy's previous label, Aristocrat Records, are currently in dispute with Spaceship Collective because Aristocrat had a third-party investor during the days of Burna. And when Aristocrat was reverting the rights back to Burna Boy, they didn't consult the third parties. Now, this is millions of dollars. Think about your music as I say, I want to where the buying new sites. I'll use the buying new site because it's one of the most expensive areas in Kumasi right now. Like, if you want to buy a land, it's like 200k, 300k. So imagine you have a land bought today for 500,000 Ghana cedis. In the next 4 or 5 years, at the same Dabai new site, you might buy it for 2 million Ghana cedis. So imagine you invested in this 500,000 cedis purchase. Would you just want this 2 million to go by you, or you would want a piece of the pie? Management, ownership, control, structures, relationships. I'll take you back to what Mr. Bones said earlier in the conversation about the 4 P's and the 4 A's. Learn how to connect, one with the other. Please, there is no mistake with you admitting that you don't know. Bro, when I was in Nigeria, I've worked with a lot of A-list artists in Ghana, but I felt very humbled. Why? Because people who are even younger than me are handling high-value projects, and I have to learn. Yes, it's about opening yourself up. Ghanaians, you're too content. Say, when you're 100,000, it's not betting me 1 million. So why do you stay for the 100,000 to deplete? That's not about 1 million. Kumasi from day zero. Look at the history of Ghana music. From day zero has been that very hub where the talents come, go. Boys need now inspiration from Kumasi, from producers, songwriters, instrumentalists. Some of the best instrumentalists from Ghana are, from Kumasi. As a matter of fact, if you don't know how to balance your environment, when you have to do what, where you have to go, who you have to collaborate with, you'd always have a problem. And if you walk into a room and you don't know, let it be known that you don't know. Don't claim you know. Because if you waste my time after an appointment, it's really going to, worry me. Because as a matter of fact, companies like YV Digital, I Believe Records, Native, and myself, Phoenix, we would like to sit artists down, listen to what they are really doing. It's like you've gone to a hospital. The doctor diagnoses you. But also was a doctor. And the memo it's and the doctor you are trying to finesse me. No, you will finesse your own self, and you end up disgracing the people behind your structure. If I see a song, from back in the day when Amrado, Kimpaluta, Sistefia, Kweku Darlington, Kweku Flake, all these guys were dropping consistently. It was through the auspices of YV Digital, and we saw what they were doing with the boys. Nobody was doing it. Because let me tell you, Tito Music only office for Ghana has 1 RPM. They are in Ghana doing business, but they have an office in Nigeria, Empire Africa, South Africa, Nigeria. Come to think of it, how many distribution companies are really saddled up with us in the country? Meanwhile, the typical Ghanaian artist will F the distributors over. Imagine myself as an A&R vouching for an artist. Was sending me a whole unreleased album. Artist, no. Yes, you cannot hit your account. No. Artist name for me call you. If you were me, what would you do? The main reason why Afrobeat is losing funding from the West is because of this reason. Currently, Afrobeat has been overpriced. If you want, I don't want to be mentioning names or talking on any brands, but you know the names. The big fours, the big fives in Afrobeat. If you want to afford any of these guys, you need nothing less than $1 million. Now me, I'm Kumasi. I'm over Kumasi. I say make $1 million. If Ghanaian artists learn to stick to their tongue, bro, you're creating Asaka, you're creating high life, you're hip life. I feel the preoccupation will be a Ghanaian Afrobeat. Where are we? Ghanaian drill is recognized by the Grammy Academy. Do you guys know that? And this is because of Asaka. 5 years in the making. There is nothing like Afrobeats category in Grammys. There is a Ghanaian drill category in the Grammys. And we sit here and everybody is just looking as if, oh, and But we are singing along songs of the Blackos, the Kweku Smokes, and all of that. Before I sign out, yeah, on this same managerial issue, artists, managers, fellow creatives alike, learn to channel your critics in the right way. Yes, right? You might see a mistake with somebody's work, but it could be you tomorrow. We sit online and chat whatever on our artists and try to bring them down in so many ways. And then when they don't succeed, we come back to blame them. Look at what Sarkodie did at the Albert Hall just last week. He deserves a statue. He's about to fill the O2 Arena. First ever. Do you know when Ghanaians used to experience these things? Back in the days of Osibisa. And then Daddy Lumbamo, Omoko Apollo Theater. It doesn't even happen of late again. SOBs, Oko New Yorker. SOBs, Ahakra. I have SOBs in SOBs, Kakrebi. SOBs will take about maybe 100 people, 150 people. Ghanaians cannot even host events over there. Why? Because we lack the people to actually connect us. Most of the times, at DBOA, you need money. Like, oh, you need about $100,000, you need that. But like, if you find the right people in your circle, you will end up like building connections that will last you a lifetime.
Right.
And you might not be the one benefiting from whatever, but then artists are more with you.
True.
Please, let's not be thinking about ourselves only. Because if today you are an artist from Ghana and you are from Kumasi, you are representing the whole region first, and then the country on your shoulder, the continent follows. Look at how Nigerians embrace being Nigerian. It's only Ghanaian and Oshia Ghanaian you are wanting. I say, or Ferris or Becca or Ghana, unless we are bonding over language or food. Come on, bro. There is so much in Ghana.
There is so much in Ghana, and there is so much to learn too as well. Let's clap for ourselves. Let's clap for our panel members for an in-depth knowledge and in-depth discussions we've had. There are so many aspects that we could have touched, but then for the sake of time and what we are doing, we'll have to shelve some. Since they are definitely here, you can also link up with them of any education that you would need. They would be able to offer you that education too as well. If you're just coming through to us, well, we want to say welcome once again for joining us in this very music summit. I'll open up that very conversation again for questioning. And we are taking just 3 questions from our individuals here. If you have a question that you would want to ask, we are giving you the opportunity to ask that very question. Then we'll move on to a musical interlude. Then we are back again for the second section of our discussion for the music summit. So anyone with a question? Okay, so the gentleman, please, when you're given the microphone, we beg of you, you mention your name. If you're an artist or a producer, just give us your portfolio. Then we also get to have the question.
Well, thank you, Melvin. Before we take the questions, please be reminded that this remarkable event is being televised on Ashanti Prime TV on all social media platforms. So do well to follow Ashanti Prime TV on all social media platforms. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, good morning.
My name is Mr. Flenzy. I'm an Afrobeat artist. So I have this question. It popped to my mind when Mr. Bennington was talking about being a manager and kind of something. And also when you will need a 20K something to get to a upward chart something. So I was having this argument with my friend who attempts he's not a manager yet, but he wants to be a manager, a music manager, an artist manager. So I was arguing without knowing if what I was arguing was right, but I didn't believe what he was saying. So he was saying when he gets an artist to manage, he would prefer using a sum of, if the budget for the promotion was $50,000, he will use the $50,000 to stream from the music to top 1, so that whoever that is streaming can stream from there. I, at the other hand, opposed because of the music business idea I had. So I was like, no, if for me, I would prefer using the money to invest in social media, the influencers and something. So I was arguing not knowing if I'm right or I wasn't right. So I want to throw it to you, to the music executive here, so that they can solidify my belief if what I stood for what's right or wrong. Thank you.
Right, thank you. So we didn't answer that one. We'll take the other questions as well so we are able to answer them straight away. Another question. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm called by Tony, that real name Anthony, an Afro dancehall artist from Kumasi. I would love to ask this question as a petition. Mekanuchi, because I'm speaking for Kumasi. Me one artist meta me around Ghana, fortunately for me, by promoting myself. And one thing I've observed is Uko Vuta, Kofuidia, Takrade, Northern region, there is an agenda that pop, for instance, Kumasi-based artists, Enyum. It is a Ura region where you feel it and you sense it. Say, nah, I'm in Takrade. By hearing the Kumasi-based or Takrade-based artists, but here in our region, it seems like enormous Ashanti for here. We dey welcome too much, but it's a petition saying, "Can you be to me?" I have an agenda of putting the Kumasi, because that thing happened and it helped with Kumerica. The Kumerican season from 2019, 2020 to 2021, it was like Uvra Kumasia. All you hear is the Asakad and the drill jana going on. But it seems like after some few years now, so I'm asking a question as a petition saying, can you bet to me I go back to that agenda to help the Kumasi music industry?
That is.
Thank you.
Right. Can we pick one more question? Or is there any other question?
Okay.
Right.
I'm Sir Philip, Twazi Senior High School, one of the trainers. It's very interesting. You've given the background to how a music artist can make money out of his craft. My issue is that as a teacher, we have a lot of young students, especially those who are into music, fun music from senior high schools. And a lot of the information you have given is very relevant, but the technicalities at their level. I'm proposing, as Kumasi-based individuals who have got to know what will help somebody to achieve it. When are you writing a book at the level of senior high school students? Am I setting out a project for you?
Oh, yes, we understand.
Can you understand?
We understand you. We understand you. Thank you very, very much. So the first question, I was giving three. I can't pass you by. Okay, so let's give the microphone. Please make it snappy. I'm picking just one. I'm picking just one more question. Okay, so making up four. So I beg of you, the gentleman who in front, let's give him the opportunity. Just one, okay? So that we are able to answer, then we'll move on. So you mentioned your name and as well, whether you're an artist or a producer.
Yeah, I am an artist.
Okay, your name, please.
My name is Kwabena Legacy.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to ask this question. In an era whereby the algorithm can make someone or a song blow overnight, so are we to study how the algorithm works or build a good community for our songs and write good music?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very, very much. So, if I'm running by you, the questions that were asked, the first question had to do with a friend asking for use if you have a 50K to do stream farming rather than he wanting to invest in social media. The second one was a petition question asking that we play more Kumasi music and And the third one had to do with the secondary school. We should write a book, or maybe where are we extending some of these summits to the secondary school. And the final one has to do with the learning of the algorithm. So I don't know, Kwame, but which one would you want to answer?
Oh, if you need to. Okay, so let me talk about the 50K one.
Okay.
So it's strategic, but it doesn't really work for up and coming artists. So as an up and coming artist, it's relevant for people to know your journey and understand it. If we fast Ekudru number one. True, we'll talk about you, but you would have to find another 50,000 to come and do the next song. So, for big artists, very big, even for Ghanaian artists, I won't really recommend that. But if you are an up and coming artist, 50K can groom you for your right listeners, for you to build your own community. And that is the best thing that can ever happen to you. If you have a community, then you tap into that to become big. But putting yourself at number one, people used to do that, but that strategy doesn't work anymore. I'm talking from things that we are doing that is working. That strategy won't work for you, so I won't recommend that. But I'd rather recommend that a 50K, you use it to build your community. You can even drop 5 songs out of that strategically from that 50K, and you'll be amazed. You have fans who are here to stay, and not fans who are here to just listen to your sound and bounce. Did I answer that?
Right. Thank you very much. Mr. Bones or MC Benetton, of the other questions asked, which one are you tackling?
I think I will answer Legacy's question.
In a snap.
Yeah.
In a snap.
So Legacy's question is even somewhat interlinked to what Kwame just answered. Nobody really understands how the algorithm works. Nobody, even with the experts we are working with, it's all forecasts. That is why I can say that, okay, cool, if I'm putting your music video on YouTube to promote it, it should play after a Rema music video. I'm trying to tap into Rema's viewers. It's not skunk. Maybe Rema is going to make 1 million streams. 70% of Rema's fans might skip my song. That means I've lost 700,000 potential views. That remaining 300,000 is not guaranteed. So I would rather say make music for the people. The algorithm is a machine. If you understand it well, you would begin to, get a clearer picture of the real algorithm being people. If you have a community, if you have a fan base, if you have, systems that, seek to support and promote your music, that is all you need. Algorithm be anywhere since algorithm. And even with the Instagram promos, Snapchat, YouTube and all that, we are all doing it wrong. But we'll get to it another time.
Nice one.
Please chase people, not algorithms. Yeah.
Chase people and not algorithms. Mr. Bones, which one will you tackle on?
Okay, so I'll add a bit to what my brother said and answer the Kumasi playlisting thing. Now, the algorithm is actually behind the scene math that actually looks at your preferences and your habits and suggests things that actually fall in line with the things that you love and like. And now, there is a bit of something into social change now where we say that it's unpredictable. So the algorithm, just as rightly said, you can't predict it, but you can tag along anyway. So just keep being you, building the community, and certainly there is the possibility of a lot of people resonating with your sound and you be the ish. Now to the Kumasi thing. The big question is, dear man jai a artisanal attitude. YFM, myself, I had 1 hour on radio promoting new artists. I need not to know you. Even I played Sorry 4 times that night before I got to know, say yaw talk no crano minim sister. I didn't. My thing was that we are promoting Kumasi, and that is the thing. As long as you are creative, you churn out a song, I need not to know you. And from those days, I know the likes of Jupiter, Charisma, they know how we actually revere productions from Kumasi here. But now, the attitude of some of the creatives will push some helpers away. YFM will put creatives on, create a whole time for creatives. And now YFM needs a favor in exchange for the things that they did for the creative, and the creative would actually spit in their face and tell them that I'm not ready. So then let me promote somebody who will be there for me. It's not about that's why I said that you need to understand what collaboration is. You need to understand what partnership is. Now, if you want us to collaborate, to elevate, there is a part you need to play as a creative. You can't eat your cake and have it. You can't think that nobody owns you anything. We are creative. I'm saying we are creative. Your music becomes a raw material to the things that I do. And me the whole day. Now me bear 30 minutes to play music. Do you think I wouldn't get songs to play to fill the 30 minutes gap without you? I can. But we are intentional about the fact that let's pay attention to creatives from this side. So you should also be intentional about the fact that there is a part you need to play. Obo artist in no artist in Wada. He's not doing anything extra. You will post maybe a snippet of what you did for the creative, like a crab ball. On comment it, on like it, on share, as if you owe him the responsibility. But your TA, menye NDC abai, and like I said, 2028. What they are, I'm to me. I have been here and I'm still here. I am not threatened by those things. Listen to me. Every serious artist would appreciate people for the little things that they do for them. It shouldn't be huge. I feel so here beside who say, of our phone, Fred, how many people who have been promoting you all these years? And Jessica, did you do with that? Obroso, Bisa Kendi, I was intentional about that thing with your talk. Now me want my special number. I will be him. I'll call every media house, Mefre, every presenter across Ghana. Sometimes we visit some of them. But after exiting the scene from the management of your talk, are they doing that? Because they don't know how to build beyond just the hit song. When you are building community, it's not just about hit song. So it's about being intentional and being sure. Say, I didn't know be your man. Also, be appreciate it. Why? Nipa ne birthday on postino. O person o birthday be posting. O on cherish in nipa no person be trade before. It's an ecosystem. We are building ourselves together. So Kumasi creatives, we are musicians, we are artists, whatever that you do in the orange economy, learn to be appreciative. A little thank you would open greater doors that your talent may have denied you for years. Being appreciative will take us there. But when you are ingrate and you think that also be the man, only anybody anything, please, we will not get anywhere. The playlist, some of us still do it, but maybe we need to intensify it, as you are saying. But the artists should also position themselves in a way that, in as much as we are fueling it, they will be there to make it happen as well.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Bones. Thank you, MC Bernetton, and thank you, Bra Kwame. Ingrid, yes, Monso, yeah, Moninso. Mr. Bones, a hitty. What hitty? This is a quick reminder that this program is being televised on Ashanti Prime TV on all social media platforms. So kindly follow Ashanti Prime TV on all social media platforms.
Quick one about the book, right? Sir, it's a gradual thing. I think it's only right we said it right at the moment regional minister entered the place. We will try our best, and put something out. But for myself, I have a group on WhatsApp. And I know some of the executives here are already in it. I've had the channel for almost 2 years. I always put, in-depth musical knowledge. Some of these things you have to pay and learn. Into SHS4, no. You better tailor it to your knowledge too. Yeah.
Thank you so much, MC Bernetton. So, Pacho, before I say a bit more, on a bit taking musical interlude from the various schools that came. We will start from Kumasi Girls.
Right, but before Kumasi Girls will take this, let's clap for our panel members. But Kumasi Girls, you can actually set up. Let's clap for our panel members for that in-depth knowledge they've given us. Such an exclusive conversation. But then let's also acknowledge that every individual here is well appreciated, and we also are very happy that you are also very much available. We can't continue with whatever we have doing if we don't hear for the brain and individual behind this whole thing. Let's give the original minister the opportunity to also say something to us since he met us halfway in a brief way. Let's clap for the original minister, his honorable Dr. Frank Amwakohene, for this great opportunity given all of us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Industry players gathered here, artists, managers, directors, and my brilliant panelists as I came to meet you. Say, first of its kind, Baka Abum Amaya Yamana Yefe. In fact, as I was seated there, I realized that the things they are training or teaching us doesn't only pertain to music. It cuts across almost every sector that you find yourself in. And it's a good opportunity for us, especially as young people are. The person they back up in the various sectors are. There's also what talent. As part of this year's Ashanti Fest, we decided to say, not just the musical concert, where I think on the 11th, artists Beba perform and leave. No. We wanted to also have an opportunity like this. People who are in the industry will share their experience with you. You'll be able to network. You'll be able to build the right connections. So that from this forum, Elizabeth Man will be number. That person would be your anchor, ABR, or next hit will come as a result of that good connections. So I want to thank you for being part of this. And also thank our pundits for availing yourselves to groom these young ones for us. So that the hub by a war as Ashanti region being the cultural capital, which includes our music and all that of Ghana, and you bet me holding firm and steadfast in that regard. As some more discussing issues, what came to mind, you say, mostly those who hit overnight are not able to sustain that. Because I know I compare my hits here. You bet you enough no yeah. At the end of the day, a lot or a series of them are. If you walk about could be our boy and hit no. A baby time I'll be now a hit song. So I know now will be a creating. So I know creating back up as I think the hit at the man. So trust the process. Don't just think say Rome was built overnight. No. So that you will do a lot of these demos and put it out there. It is going to credit you at a point in time where you even least expected it. So let's do that and have that in mind. If you also, as we come up, as the pundits did encourage you, let's try and build the right collaborations. All these we are doing, we are not in competition with each other. We are to look at it as we are in to collaborate with each other. Obiane ne style, Obiane ne talent, and how unique Obiaye. So see yourself as that unique person with that unique talent and unique ability. And you're true, baby, now if you need to feature someone, if you need to reach out to someone, feel okay to do that without having to think that you can get there as an island. That is also another thing I want you to have in mind. I was so glad that it came out clearly that there is a need to support each other. And as YFM, now passionately, all kind of, you need to actually do some things out of your own accord without even having to charge. It will come back to you. These young ones you see, especially our SHS talents and our students, they would grow to hold the music industry. They told me, I'm entertainment. Regional Minister Frewa charge our charge, but you can't charge them the same amount. Every group be wedding crowd who said the wedding it here. You can actually offer to be there without having to charge as much as you charge for any other program. One, it is introducing you to a new fan base. It is introducing you to a new crop of people. They would now grow and come and own a brand. And see, as they are here, I know their entertainment leaders and their tutors are here. If you are an up-and-coming artist, get closer to them, pick their numbers. They invite you crowd your call. Keep going. a time will get, it will get to a time where you would become of that value, say, Obiabe chasing after you. Everyone will forget, say, you spent years doing a lot of these pro bono. Lawyers, no more idea, but or more any consignments about they pick cases up as pro bono cases. But the case now, no, really want to have about your top lawyer. Having no better Kana, Edika went to Auntie when he was beginning his career. And yes, we are in to make sure we support and promote everything Ashanti, everything Kumasi. That is why, as regional minister, I'm taking center stage in what happens as far as the region is concerned. And I want to give you that assurance that yes, I know a lot of things had happened in the past. And man, you lose your position as a region when it comes to the creative industry. They started with Kumawood. They started and Tokabe court cases. You know, see a problem by you never knew actually. Now our friend want to solve it. Recently, there were a lot of some court cases and all that. We had to call them and tell them, no, we can't do this to ourselves. Mayor Bonia, I should feel free apologizing to you than having to drag issues here and there. And yes, we have young talents. I know a lot of them may have happened in the past. But I think that you're using this forum as an opportunity for a new beginning so that we would be able to forgive each other, we would be able to rebuild and support each other to grow a better Ashanti regional industry and a Kumasi industry. And yes, young ones have any problems in Ghana. I'll take it up. I'll set up a team who will help us identify and see how best we'll be able to build bridges and will promote the people are no more holding Kumasi industry, my music industry, coming up. So from here, we'll be reaching out to you. We'll be a friction one on Tembia and we'll be reaching out to you. Your band approach is so mama you're crying and solving problems. Say they be holistically. And the young ones to get to know say over in stardom at a very younger age. What it means is say you get a who know what the 15 and what the 20. You will stay with us for so many years, 40 years, 50 years. And the Ekakana wona ya boya ya peja wa dusro no betina your console. And you be US from no nyina nante from. And as we are promoting you, the young ones, when they say, oh, talent, say a good voice to singer, but also a good mind to make sure that our talent would be sustained. The very moment Abel say you will be able to survive without a network, that will be the very moment of your downfall. So this is just to encourage you that we are there for you. We will try and right the wrongs. We will try and provide all the needed support for the music industry and most definitely be able to grow the industry in Ashanti region and for that matter in Kumasi. So on behalf of His Excellency the President of the RCC, I want to assure you that you have our full commitment and our full support. And let me congratulate the senior high school students on more Ashanti Music Festival last year. And in fact, top talents. And I want to encourage them, say, keep it up. More producers, more recordings. Me, I'm also being inside the Maba, more recording.
Words. Thank you so much for putting this whole program in place. We will take the musical interlude from Kumasi Girls Senior High School.
We dedicate this song to our mommy, Miss Adelaide Bia Powers, and this is Kumasi Girls at the Church, Ahima Band.
Yeah.
I'm for the brokiata. Hey. That's a meeting in a menace. Masankasa. Oh, you've forgotten your money. Oh, leave it is for the MC. The money is for the MC. Why are you taking it? Next on the bill is Twasse Senior High School. Twasse, who's taking the mic? Me pacha omo amukuta cameras na ya na mo si omo live nim ta ya na makwa echi kakra ma ye why yes mo why na ye kai ye koso akai mo say program yi televised on Ashanti Prime TV. Ashanti Prime TV.
Okay. So this is Swanson Music performing live for you guys. Let's go. And I send me over no one now. Or from your catcher, was it? All day, you're a picture, one now. Or city, young boy. Meet up, send me a silver domino. Should I want to my comb?
Mere makuma kuwa chawa Uwe tunyashana maya Yeah And I am in pena to suwa Yeah What do you mean with these Yeah Now what do you want to be with me Now what do you mean I feel forward no more What do you mean I was up for no They had position me So far me see yeah and I'm married your slam I'm watching me that yeah or do you wait married perfect out I say now you're going there Quani don't give me fata me penny over me me don't be over to me and then you bet me walk what's the I'm from my goodness into me start I'll praise the light but I'm coming home I could make it to I'm coming home I should be yeah what's up with you to be I should be yeah what's up with you to be but if I yeah what's I get the company oh yeah cause I'm when I come I feel sun I feel money touching me maybe I just think but now that you're into me it's just so I come and yeah mommy but if I yeah what's I get the company I don't get yet but I'm top of you look to me young quiet what I'm in the world wouldn't send me anywhere oh see yeah what I'm in the world what's that? What a wisdom many other footbia can't want. It's a video more bread. Yes, I know what's some now go. Yeah, won't go. What a minute. Wouldn't send me oh boy, what happened? It's on the Cachano say, yeah, all the mini wouldn't send me. I said, for everything, I said, I put my will send me now, my come at you. Yeah, put me in your son, or there will send me down the road. Yeah, I'm a Jimmy Wenty, and I'm gonna be Nansa. Oh, there's a million of me. What's that? Here are the many wap. What's that? Here I am. What's that? What's that? Here are the Kumo, didn't say, Kumo, I had the best. Yes, I'm going. You're going. Say 1, 2, 3. What's in the air? I see it. What's in there? Didn't say, Obusu Chichi, what's in there? Hey, then I ran over Chichi, what's in there? I feed it, Obi, a ring and in good job. There is, I don't know. Hey, not quite. What's it here? Media, no, I am. Bonnie, I am for me. That is a